Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special Christmas edition of Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment. 'Tis indeed the season to be jolly, and tonight there will be two individuals who will be heading into the new year extra happy. For both the men and the women, we are going to have a 30 superstar All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal, where the winner will get one Christmas wish for anything that they want. They could ask for a pay raise. They could ask for some vacation time. That'd be interesting. They could also even ask for a future title shot at somewhere down the line. But to do that, they'll have to go through 29 other wrestlers. Also, tonight, things are going to get a little extreme, as first off, Jack Sparrow will look to extract his pound of flesh from Dylan Young, as those two will be involved in a Miracle on 34th Street fight. And on the women's side, by personal request of the champion Jessica Shelton herself, she will defend her Women's Rotten to the Hardcore Championship against Wonder Woman, Harley Quinn, and Black Widow. This match, which I have cleverly named the Holly Jolly Brawley, pretty good, huh? This match will have all four women competing at the same time as they look to gain the most pinfalls or submissions in the allotted 15 minutes they will be afforded. The woman with the most points when the timer runs out will either be still or be the new women's hardcore champion. And also bear in mind that it is still champion's advantage, so the title cannot change hands on a tie. So put another log on the fire, settle in with a nice hot cup of cocoa, and join me as we enjoy tonight's festive edition of FWE. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Shouting, they all dare. Tougher, tougher, fists held high. Warriors fight till the night says die. FWE, where battles define. Every broken bone, all by design. Chained to the thrill, they let it be. This ain't a game, it's FWE. FWE, where battles define. Every broken bone, all by design. Chained to the thrill, they let it be. This ain't a game, it's FWE.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very special festive Christmas edition of Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment. I'm Seth Cole, alongside of my broadcast colleague Jack Mitchell. And Jack, it's amazing that we are able to air an episode here on Christmas Day. Big opportunity for our wrestlers here tonight as well.
Fantastic opportunity here for them tonight in this All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal match that we're going to have on both the men's and women's side. First of all, Merry Christmas. We hope everybody's enjoying their holiday, and we look forward to a fun show here at FWE.
Should be an interesting one tonight, as we heard there the preface from our FWE Commissioner Woody. Two individuals, one man, one woman, after they defeat 29 other superstars inside the All I Want for Christmas Battle Royals, they get a Christmas wish, and it can be anything, we understand, and it'll be interesting to see what those wishes will be, as I believe we are getting ready to kick things off with the women's, 30 women's All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal.
Snow White going to be the first entrant in this match. Of course, as our Commissioner Woody mentioned before the start of the show, this is All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal. It's basically going to be the same rules as the Royal Rumble. So you're going to start with two participants in the middle of the ring. You're going to want to eliminate them by throwing them over the top rope so that both feet hit the floor, and the winner gets basically whatever they want for Christmas.
Very similar ruling as the same as the Royal Rumbles that we had back during Royal Brawl. Same type of rules apply in terms of you wanting to draw as late an entry as possible. Snow White, and it appears that, I believe that's Ursula's music. They're going to have to run the gauntlet here.
Introducing the individual who drew number 2 from overseas, the Sea Voice.
More often than not, I always make a joke about how the people who are about to be in the ring with Ursula are poor, unfortunate souls. But I think in this case, Ursula is kind of the poor, unfortunate soul here because she drew number 2, which means it's basically as bad as drawing number 1. You have to start at the beginning of this matchup and go through 29 other women.
So the poor unfortunate soul for Ursula. For Snow White, known as the fairest of them all, I'd say the unluckiest of them all here in preparation for this matchup. We don't know exactly all of which women are going to be participating in this matchup. We do know at least some women that will be excluded, including the 4 women that will be in tonight's hardcore title match. The champion Jessica Shelton and the 3 challengers, Black Widow, Wonder Woman, and Harley Quinn. They've got to get themselves geared up for what's going to be, in a sense, a 4-woman Iron Man match that will run 15 minutes in length. Kind of think maybe more of like a festive version of Gotham Rules, I guess, in a way.
Yeah, I think that's a more accurate comparison. As we're already getting our first countdown here. Ursula in control early in this matchup.
See who gets entry number 3, and it's going to be Maleficent.
A lot of evil in the ring to start this one.
There is.
A lot of people who have gotten coal in their stockings. Probably are frustrated by that, and they want to take their anger out of their opponents tonight.
Here's the thing, too. I mean, a lot of speculation can go on, and, for Ursula, for Maleficent, even for Snow White, if they were to win this thing, what do you think would be at the top of their list that they would want for Christmas from our FWE commissioner?
Honestly, I have no idea. I think it really just depends on what their interests are, what storylines they might be involved in as well. I mean, it just really depends on some of the situations for the competitors here.
I think
Maybe
for Elastigirl, maybe a decent babysitter. Syndrome didn't quite seem to cut it.
Yeah, that one didn't really work out.
Elastigirl coming in here at entry number 4. Bear in mind that we can have only up to 8 women in the ring at the same time. So if we end up having entries 1 through 8 all in the ring, the timer will stop until an elimination takes place. Once we have an elimination, the timer will reset. But if we end up having an elimination before we get to our 8th entry, then the timer will continue to run as usual as Elizabeth Swann, longest reigning Women's World Champion, comes in at entry number 5.
Well, there you go. This is one of those things that I was talking about. Elizabeth Swann has been involved with the Women's World title. And if she wins this matchup here tonight, maybe she gets herself a title shot again.
Lost the title to Poison Ivy. Lost her rematch as well. Granted, there was a little interference involved there from Jasmine, but was a pinfall victory for Poison Ivy nonetheless.
You say a little interference. I feel like she interfered more than once. Jasmine did. Angelica Teach going to be in at number 6.
This is interesting because you've got both the females from the Black Pearl crew here, Angelica Teach and Elizabeth Swann. Do we see them maybe work together to eliminate the other 4 competitors? Maybe try and run the table together and leave them as the only 2 left at the end?
That would seem like a fair strategy. And speaking of the other member of the Black Pearl crew, Elizabeth Swann has Ursula over the top rope, and Snow White's going to be the first person eliminated.
First one in, first one out. Comes a former female fighting champion in Katniss Everdeen, one half of the Anarchists.
She's going to be someone to keep an eye on in this matchup because the female fighting championship is one that is often defended in these battle royal style matches. I couldn't get the word out there. Style matches.
And it was one of those type of matches where Katniss actually did win the female fighting championship. So good point there. We're going to see, I think, a few former female fighting champions in this battle royal. So I believe we're waiting entry number 8. Oh, wow. Well, talk about a former female fighting champion. How about a former hardcore champion as well? So I guess my intel was wrong. I thought that our 4 competitors from the hardcore match coming up were not going to be involved. I guess Harley Quinn somehow found her way into this matchup. She also found her way into the mat via a pile driver.
During all of that madness, Maleficent went over the top rope and out, so she's the next person eliminated. There's a top rope moonsault attempt that connected. That was, I think, Angelica Teach that was flying all over the place during that, but while that was going on, Maleficent was the next person eliminated.
Oh, and now Jessica Shelton coming. Okay, I guess my intel was definitely wrong. So this is kind of interesting. I'm a little surprised that both Harley Quinn and Jessica Shelton are in this matchup. Why would you put yourself at a disadvantage in the hardcore title match coming up here, wearing yourself out in a battle royal? But then again, I guess when, you know, there's a Christmas wish on the line, I guess it's worth the risk.
I mean, you win this matchup here, you get something like, if you want a guaranteed title opportunity in the future, you got it, so. I guess they figure, you know, maybe they'll get a bit of a break as well.
Well, Harley Quinn may be out here. Ursula hit her with a Rikishi driver, and there she goes.
I guess Harley Quinn didn't really wear herself out too much before
Yeah,
that match.
blessing and a curse, right? You don't get the Christmas wish, but you're not going to necessarily be completely gassed when we get to that Holly Jolly Brawly Fatal 4-Way Iron Woman match.
And you still have an opportunity at the title here later tonight, so I guess they figured might as well try it.
Impossible. One half of Toxic Attraction going to take Elastigirl out.
I believe 6 women in the ring right now. We got room for 2 more.
Want to remind everybody as well, special Christmas episode here tonight. Hold the phone. Elizabeth Swann in trouble. Ursula nearly eliminated the former women's champion. And Jessica Shelton almost eliminated Kim Possible. We'll wait for this next entry to come out here before I talk about next year, as it's going to be one half of Team Let It Go, former tag team champion in Anna. But next Thursday night, we will not have an episode for New Year's Day. That's because in just a few short days after that will be our first PLE of 2026, as we will be having our second rendition of Saturday Night at Springfield.
Looking forward to that one. I've already mentioned in the past, too, that's where I'm going to get my world title rematch against Hulk. Should be a big night in FWE.
Got the United States Championship on the line. Matt McIntyre rekindles his rivalry with Ernie the Keebler Elf, as there goes Angelica Teach, eliminated by Kim Possible. Here comes Yzma in, former female fighting champion in her own right. Actually, I think Kim Possible got eliminated as well. Anna might have actually eliminated Kim.
Impossible's out of it. I don't know entirely what happened, but he's outside the ring. She's gone. Yzma has Anna up and down. Going to turn her attention to, or at least trying to turn her attention to Katniss, but kind of a weird exchange there.
Oh, Ursula, who came in at number 2, up over the top. Katniss, this would be a big elimination. Not able to quite do it. I've been noticing, who was that? Yzma's gone. Jessica Shelton just eliminated Yzma. I've been noticing that Ursula's kind of singled out somebody all the time. She singled out Harley Quinn before eventually eliminating her. Now seems to have set her sights on Elizabeth Swann as a running power slam. And here comes another of the women that will be in that hardcore title match later on this evening, Black Widow.
Elizabeth Swann's gone. Black Widow, I think, might have gotten 2 for 1 with that flying knee.
So it does not look like either member of the Black Pearl crew are going to be getting that Christmas wish. Shelton's up over the top rope. I thought Katniss was going to eliminate her, but not following up. Black Widow in trouble. Those two right there, Shelton and Widow, they're going up against each other later on tonight with the hardcore title on the line, as Shuri comes in at number 14.
Look at the strength of Katniss, has Ursula up and down.
Shuri's been very impressive here these last couple of weeks, maybe even this last month. We saw her be very strong with her tag team partner Black Widow, who's in the ring here at the same time, so maybe we can see those two work together. She also did very well in qualifying and performing in that steel cage match for the Cozy Cone Cruiserweight Championship.
She did. She put on a very impressive showing. Look at that move by Black Widow. Oh!
Maybe some help gonna come here for Katniss Everdeen as her tag team partner Ellie comes in at entry number 15. We're now halfway through this 30-woman field.
Of course, also was a finalist in that Women's Cozy Cone Cruiserweight tournament.
Katniss up over the top. Stays alive.
Good job getting the feet up and countering that elimination attempt. Jessica in trouble. The Autumn Brooks at 16.
Autumn Brooks of the Rockers. Gonna begin the second half here of this field, and we saw the early elimination of Harley Quinn. You've got Jessica Shelton, who's been in here for quite a while. Black Widow entered in, I believe, at entry number 13. She's been in for quite a bit. Right now, if we're looking at who the freshest competitor would be in terms of the three
Katniss
already
is
in the
out.
matchup. Oh yeah, I didn't even see that. Katniss Everdeen eliminated. You'd have to give the advantage to Harley Quinn. We haven't seen Wonder Woman yet, but I'd assume if the other three are in here, that we're going to see her at some point.
I would guess so. Ursula in trouble. She entered at number 2, and there she goes.
Great showing, though, for Ursula, but unfortunately, only one woman gets the Christmas wish. The other 29 are also participated, basically, and a participation ribbon isn't going to get you that Christmas wish.
No, it's not.
Nice suplex there from Jessica Shelton. Remember, Jess is going to be the ingoing champion, the defending champion in that hardcore title match. Another suplex there to Anna. Getting ready for our next entry here.
Kicks from Ellie to Jessica. Shuri in trouble. Ariel in at number 17. There's a backstabber by Ellie to Anna.
Former multi-time hardcore champion in her own right. Member of the Disney Queens, Ariel.
Having a hard time seeing what's going on the other side of the ring there, but it looks like everybody who was in trouble managed to fight their way back into the ring.
There goes Ellie.
Ellie's gone.
Big right hand from Black Widow takes Ellie out. Shelton's in trouble and she's gone. Now Black Widow in trouble. Just like that, 3 women gone. All 3 of the
See a fourth in just a
participants in
moment.
our Women's Hardcore Championship match later on tonight have been eliminated, as there goes Autumn Brooks.
I don't know what Ariel was hesitating for. It took her a moment whether or not she wanted to actually go for that move, but it connected. Got the elimination.
Gamora comes in here, one half of the Daughters of Thanos, former Women's Tag Team Champion.
Ooh. Nice heel drop kick there from Shuri.
Whoa.
Gamora
Hits a
already
drop kick again.
already in trouble, but she fought her way back in. We've seen the eliminations are flying in really quickly here. Oh, I'm not sure why Gamora intercepted that elimination attempt from Ariel.
Esmeralda, the next entrant in, one half of Disney Strong Style. Had that great showing in the gauntlet match for the Female Fighting Championship. I believe she came in as the second entry and survived till the end, was eventually eliminated by the current Female Fighting Champion, Shigo.
You'd be correct there. Esmeralda did a fantastic job in that matchup. Really, honestly deserved to win, and no disrespect to Shigo, but when you eliminate as many people as you did in a gauntlet match, make a good argument that you deserve to win that. Here comes Elsa. Her sister Anna's still in this matchup. Also immediately met with that facebuster.
But that was very welcome music to the ears of Anna, knowing that she was going to have some backup here. Don't forget, this is just one of 2 Battle Royals that we're going to have here tonight. The men still have theirs as well in tonight's main event, as there's the
Wonder
final.
Woman.
Yep, that's the final participant in the upcoming Women's Hardcore Championship match. Wonder Woman draws a favorable entry here inside the final third.
Really have to go through that many women if you're entering this late into the matchup. A lot of drop kicks happening in this one.
More up over the top there. Wonder Woman looking for the elimination, not going to get it.
Moore's still fighting. Of course, I'd be remiss to mention that Gamora was one half of the team with yours truly in the Fairly Odd Partners Challenge.
That is true. Daphne Blake, former tag team champion, as Shuri's eliminated by Anna. I think Anna's eliminated 2 or 3 individuals so far. Daphne, one half of Mystery Incorporated, as Ariel up over the top gets back in.
I was thinking about another elimination there potentially.
Now the elimination of Shuri is important there because, well, there goes Anna as well, so now it's kind of a moot point. We were going to have, if Shuri was still in, if Anna was still in, we were going to have 8 women at the time. Now the timer has continued on. What a full Nelson slam by Wonder Woman to Gamora.
Oh, now she's on the receiving end of an attack by Ariel. Ariel, the former hardcore champion, is definitely putting on a good showing in this matchup.
Again, remember what's at stake, a Christmas wish, and as we heard, pretty much anything is up for grabs. It could be your usual title shot request, but there's a whole bunch of other things you could maybe request as well, and nothing would be refused according to our commissioner. As here comes Kita, so we're going to have both the teammates, well, they go after each other, both Disney Strong Style teammates. I guess there's no friends here in this battle royal. Again, 2 cannot get the Christmas wish, only 1 can.
No love lost between teammates. You kind of have to focus on the business aspect of things during a Royal Rumble style matchup like this. I think just about the only thing that you can't ask for is to be immediately handed the title, as there goes Ariel. If they work for that title, if they get that title opportunity, or maybe if there's somebody that you want to have in a one-on-one match or something like that, that wish will be granted. Big clothesline by Gamora. Here comes Moana.
Lana of the Islanders coming in here at a favorable entry. Is nice suplex there to Elsa. Nearing the closing entries here of this battle royal, and there goes Elsa. So team let it go, both their participants out of it.
Tina did not connect on that springboard forearm attempt.
Don't forget, folks, coming immediately up after this one, we've got Dylan Young and Jack Sparrow, Miracle on 34th Street fight. After we saw Jack Sparrow make a triumphant return, as Nebula comes in at number 5, we saw him return at our last PLE. Brought the cage down around Dylan Young, and now gonna try, as we heard there by the FW Commissioner, kind of quote him, extract a pound of flesh from the former Tri-Wizard champion.
Big backstabber there by Moana. I've certainly got thoughts on that matchup. I'll kind of go into them in a little bit more detail when we get there, but we're nearing the final few entries here in this Royal Rumble match.
Daughters of Thanos squaring off against each other there. Now we're gonna have both members of Mystery Incorporated, as here comes Velma Dinkley in at 26.
A lot of tag team partners involved in this one. I think Moana and Wonder Woman are the only ones that don't have a friend in this matchup.
You would be correct. Daughters of Thanos, Mystery Incorporated, and Disney Strong
then
Style
again,
all represented.
Then again, you just saw, as I was saying that sentence, there were 2 members of Mystery Incorporated going at it, so there's not really any teammates when the Christmas wish is on the line.
But shout out to FWE here for the decorations, winterizing, Christmasifying this arena here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
This is beautiful. And a great job getting us in the holiday spirit.
My cocoa was cold when I got to our commentator desk, but that's okay.
That's unfortunate.
Look at this. That's Kita looking to eliminate her teammate Esmeralda from this battle royal, and there she goes.
Oh! There's a big spill on the top rope of that corner as Moana just, I don't even know what you call that move, but she fell into the ring mat. She fell hard.
Oh, Gamora in trouble here as Diana looking to eliminate one half of the Daughters of Thanos. Gamora going to fight back in. Should mention that with that elimination there of Esmeralda, the timer had paused for a brief moment. It now has begun again. We did have 8 participants in the ring there at that one moment. Now that there are 7, the timer begins once more.
Gamora trying as hard as she can to keep her grip on that top rope. Oh, I think she managed to land some kind of a move on Wonder Woman. She'll work her way back inside the ring.
You know, I kind of look at these scenarios here as well. You've got Daughters of Thanos in here. You've got Mystery Incorporated in here. let's say that one of the individuals from those teams end up winning. Do they request a tag team matchup, or do they try going for a singles title themselves? Like, there's some interesting choices if you're a member of a tag team.
That's a great point, as Moana was eliminated.
Eliminated as Jasmine makes her way in here. Gets a big knee to the gut courtesy of Daphne Blake.
Wonder Woman in danger. Yeah, I mean, that's a great point you bring up there, because you've been saying, like, no two people can share the Christmas wish, but I guess in a way you sort of can if you ask for a tag team title match.
Kita almost eliminated there by Jasmine. Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting scenario, right? Like I almost wonder too, like, I doubt anybody would do this, but would you maybe request a title match for your tag team partner, for a singles match? I don't know. I mean, everything's on the table. I mean, you mentioned that obviously you can't just be handed a title belt, but there's a lot of options if you end up getting that Christmas wish.
Absolutely. I think the only other thing you can't be handed is the power-up briefcase. You're going to have to work for that one.
Yeah, that's going to be a little bit later on next year.
One at 28. That'll make
Whoa,
it very
now hold on.
interesting.
Hold the phone, because Mulan has won
Wonder Woman?
a match like this before.
That she has. I think Wonder Woman just got eliminated.
You're correct.
Yeah, Mulan, I believe, still the Women's World Champion, and she, or no, sorry, I got my timeline confused. Poison Ivy's the Women's World Champion. But
There goes Kita.
Moana, the former Women's World Champion, is what I meant to say. The reason she was able to do that was because she won the Royal Rumble at Royal Brawl.
I don't remember what number she came in at. I want to say it was 29 or 30, so
I think it was 30.
she's done a good job with getting good draws in Battle Royals, it seems. There goes Gamora. Nice reversal there by Mulan.
Gamora, the whole time, it's been really, every time she had gone over the top rope, she'd been hanging on and fighting for her life and managing to stay in. That time, no resistance whatsoever.
Two women remain. Here comes entry number 29. The later your draw, the better your chances. And it's going to be Evil Queen coming in here at entry number 29.
Definitely got room for number 30. There's only 6 women in the ring right now. Could be 5 in a moment. There goes Daphne.
And now if you're looking at maybe a potential advantage, you've got Mulan and Jasmine of the Disney Queens. Remember, Jasmine ended up causing that distraction back during Mulan's title defense when she held the Women's World Championship against Elizabeth Swann, so we know the two of them wouldn't be afraid to bring about an alliance. As final entry going to be the very first Women's World Champion, Cruella de Vil.
A very, very favorable entry, but she immediately meets that DDT from Jasmine. Nebula in trouble.
I'm just going out on a limb. I will override our FWE commissioner. One Christmas wish also you cannot get a fur coat made out of Dalmatian puppies. I don't care if you win this, Cruella, it's not happening.
Leave the puppies out of this.
That's right. Here goes Velma. Velma Dinkley's been eliminated, so last hope for Mystery Incorporated. We're down to 5.
Some people might be feeling seeing Mulan in Royal Rumble match style this late once again. Yeah, threatened is probably the best way to describe it.
Bear in mind for Nebula, you brought up about, kind of similar style back in the early days of FWEs. There goes Jasmine.
Oh, huge kick.
And there goes Evil Queen. We're down to 3.
Measure.
And hold the phone. Nebula might get eliminated here. I was going to say, she's a former 2-time female fighting champion, won that title in these type of matchups, but she's going to be eliminated. We're down to 2.
Could we see Mulan go back-to-back in the Royal Rumble match stipulation?
I mean,
Or do
even
we
if
see-
Mulan doesn't win this thing, you gotta think that she's someone we're gonna be talking about at next Royal Brawl with how she's been able to get tremendous entry draws.
Not only that, but she's able to capitalize on them too. It's one thing to get a good entry, but it's another thing to actually, perform with that good entry. So Great stuff from Mulan.
Mulan came in at entry 28. Cruella came in at entry number 30. So obviously she would be the freshest right now. But Mulan, very adept on what to do in these type of matchups. The former winner of the Women's Royal Rumble match back at Royal Brawl.
Mulan able to get in a reversal.
Oh, look at this. Now try to get the elimination here. Cruella trying to hang on.
Oh, still able to keep one foot on the ground.
Ripcord clothesline turns Mulan inside out, but immediately a kip up.
Trying to put her in position. Oh, sends her into the turnbuckle again. This
Both
could
of
be
these
it.
both of these women have held the Women's World Championship of the Galaxy. You'd have to think a Christmas wish would be to get back into that title picture potentially. Mulan teetering, and she's going to be able to fight out of it. That was close.
That was very close. Just barely got an elbow in there, but again,
Whoa, Cruella. Nope, reversal.
dangerously close to the rope for those two. Now Cruella in trouble, stuck in the corner.
Big knees to the midsection. Reverse spin kick as well. Mulan can dish out all the punishment she wants, but she's got to get Cruella over the top rope and both feet hit the floor. Big running boot. That could be it.
Oh, she immediately gets back up to her feet, though, does Cruella.
And now she's going to deliver the knees into the midsection. Oh, look at this. A little tit for tat.
A little bit of Christmas Day retribution. And just like that, Mulan is in trouble. I almost said Mulan, I don't know why.
And Mulan up over the top, and she's out. Cruella is going to get the Christmas wish.
Here is your winner.
Again, no doggy coats.
No doggy coats, leave the doggies out of it, but hey, if you want a women's world title shot, you've got that. If you want any other title shot or something else, maybe an opponent one-on-one, Cruella DeVille gets
Oh, look at this.
what she wants. Oh, she's going for a mic.
She's got a microphone. Maybe we're going to know what the Christmas is right now.
Feels so good to finally be back up at the top of the women's division where I belong. Now, I won't keep you all waiting, since I already knew I was going to win. My wish is a very simple one. Woody, darling, I want Poison Ivy for the Women's World Championship. And I want her in the new year at Saturday night's main event on January 3rd. And Ivy, just remember, dear, you may be the new blood of this division, but I was the very first woman to hold that belt here in FWE, and I will be again. I'll see you next year.
Well, I guess we got our answer. Saturday night at Springfield next year, Women's World Title.
Exciting stuff for Cruella DeVille. We've got more action coming up next.
And we cannot wait until January 22nd when we join our fellow mates over at YEW. The doors will be wide open and you'll see fantasy matchups, wrestlers on both sides, YEW and FWE squaring off. That's going to be a great one at Resistance.
It's a no-holds-barred match. Making his way to the ring, representing the Thrill Seekers from Tampa, Florida, weighing in at 220 pounds, Dylan Young.
So just like you mentioned, I also cannot wait to be there at Resistance and that collaboration that we're going to be doing with YEW near the end of January. But we've got to move on here to this Miracle on 34th Street fight that we've got going on between Jack Sparrow and Dylan Young. I've mentioned it before. I had my problems with Dylan Young, and I dealt with those at Fallout. It might have cost me the title just a little bit, but I do have that title rematch going on at Saturday night at Springfield. But in the meantime, I also mentioned that Dylan Young is going to be Jack Sparrow's problem now.
Indeed, and this of course stems all the way back to Mortal Kombat.
And his opponent, representing the Crew from overseas, weighing in at 175
Forgot how much I love this entrance.
pounds, the Captain Captain Jack.
Is it possible to feel winded when it's somebody else doing the running? Because I'm exhausted already. Jack Sparrow was supposed to be inside Elimination Chamber for the Wayfinder Cruiser Championship back at Mortal Kombat. He was attacked backstage by Dylan Young. We saw him make his triumphant return at the last PLE at Fallout. Trapped Dylan Young inside of a steel cage, laid him out, hit the 5-knuckle shuffle, and now gets ready to take Dylan to task once again in a sanctioned I'm getting my names mixed up, Miracle on 34th Street fight.
Sanctioned match, as you mentioned. Of course, I'm a little bit surprised that Dylan is even still standing. I mean, you saw the way I hit the sling blade on him at the end of that Extreme Rules match we had. The back of his head landed on the metal part of a table. So he's still going, though. He's still fighting, which I will admittedly give him some credit for that. But now Jack Sparrow looking to get his pound of flesh.
Basically no rules in this type of matchup. Only thing that's got to be done is the pinfall or submission have to take place between the ropes so they could fight all through this arena if they chose to. Interesting, the title of this matchup, because I've watched, I think there's been 3 iterations of Miracle on 34th Street movies that have come out, and the only sense of violence that have seen in any of those movies is Santa Claus hits a fake Santa with a cane. That's about it.
Well, you know what? Puns, I guess, write themselves in these instances.
Well, that's not a cane, that's a kendo stick, and now Jack Sparrow wending. Yeah, might hurt a little more too.
And then you know my opinion on the whole situation with Dylan Young. It's probably deserved at this point. This is all kinds of pent-up frustration and anger for Jack Sparrow. He was supposed to be inside the Elimination Chamber, as you mentioned. Nobody home on that moonsault, but he should have been contending for the Wayfinder Cruiserweight Championship, which I was holding at the time. I'm not going to necessarily say that the match would have ended one way or the other. We got a submission locked in.
Yes, indeed. Got a heel hook there, and now Jack gonna shift his hips, fight out of it. You know, to your point as well, you know, I personally have not had any physical altercations with Dylan Young, but obviously as a member of the Black Pearl crew, I have a very difficult time of calling this match down the middle. I talked with Jack Sparrow during the course of this week. He said remain objective. He's just going to take care of business. Of course, as well, we saw William Turner take Dylan to task as he forced Dylan to tap out a few months ago. So right now, Black Pearl crew as a whole just trying to make amends for what Dylan Young did back at Mortal Kombat, and Jack Sparrow taking care of business here in the ring right now.
Kick in the corner. Jack Sparrow been in full control of this one. I mean, honestly, yeah, Dylan has kind of deserved this, if you will, in a sense. I mean, I mean, you say you've never had any altercation. Hold that thought. We got to cover. Kick out at 1, but yeah, you say you've never had any physical confrontations yet with Dylan Young. He's hit me in the face with a title belt.
Yeah, that's why I said I haven't, because I know you have. In more ways than one.
Me in the face with a title belt, forced his way into the Elimination Chamber match. He didn't deserve that too. There were qualifiers for that Elimination Chamber match. People had to earn their way into that title opportunity. He didn't. Oh!
Some kind of a modified suplex there on the outside. I believe that Jack Sparrow has busted Dylan Young open. That was something I was going to be interested in, because we're just a few short weeks removed from Fallout. And Dylan Young, you mentioned about the sling blade on the table. He was bleeding buckets in that matchup, and I wondered if that cut on the forehead might have healed. It looks like that's not the case. It didn't take much for Jack Sparrow to open him back up, and that chair will certainly help matters as well.
Yeah, he's going to town with that steel chair. Shot after shot, some to the head, some to the lower body, some to the knee. I don't know how Dylan's getting back to his feet.
There's Jack Sparrow into the barricade here on the outside. Again, you see referee Ernest Wright inside of the ring, not administering a 10 count. There's no disqualifications. There's no countouts in this type of a matchup. This is a straight up street fight. As now Jack Sparrow back in the ring, and Dylan's got himself some wood.
You are feeling dangerous with that table, bringing that into the ring. Sparrow got pulled out of it too, so I guess maybe they might not go to work that table just yet.
Oh,
Ooh.
gut first into those steel steps. They do not give.
A double axe handle on the floor. I mentioned it before, but they can spend as much time as they want ringside. There's no countouts, there's no DQ.
Oh,
That's
gosh.
gonna hurt.
German suplex after German suplex out there on the floor, right on the back of the neck.
Almost reminded me a little bit of the Three Amigos.
Now Dylan going to deposit Jack Sparrow back into the ring. This one of two hardcore type matchups tonight. As immediately following this, we're going to see a fatal four-way Iron Woman type matchup. As our FW Commissioner Woody dubbed it the Holly Jolly Brawly. Jessica Shelton putting the Rotten to the Hardcore Championship on the line against Black Widow, Wonder Woman, and Harley Quinn. Four women that we actually saw in that Battle Royal to open up the evening as well.
This is a bit of an interesting decision that those four decided to take part in that Battle Royal. As we mentioned too, it's the whole Christmas wish thing, so I guess maybe they felt like they wanted to have an opportunity at that, but at the end of the day, they've got a title opportunity here today as it stands.
It almost makes
a
me
little bit of a
wonder,
warm-up for them.
I mean, this has obviously gone long enough as it already has. We've obviously seen the wounds of this battle here. I mean, do we end up seeing Jack Sparrow or Dylan Young take part in the men's battle royal coming up later tonight?
Maybe. It depends how they're feeling after this matchup, especially if you're Dylan Young and you've taken as much abuse as you have. I mean, Jack Sparrow hasn't exactly had the best run of it either. Oh, Dylan Young.
Right
there it
on
is
that
again.
table. Cover is in, and kick out at 2.
I don't know how he kicked out. Jack Sparrow can't believe it. Dylan Young is going to have nightmares about tables for days.
That is a metal frame, metal legs on the underside of that table that Dylan's back was delivered to. It is not flat.
I mean, the back of his head was dropped into that at Fallout. And now the rest of his back hit the table tonight.
Oh, we saw this at Fallout. Looking to hit it again. Jack Sparrow with a little 5-knuckle shuffle to the forehead of Dylan Young.
That's got to be it. Dylan Young's lights are out. Into the cover he goes.
Looking for vindication from Mortal Kombat, and Jack Sparrow will pick up the victory against Dylan Young.
Here is your winner, the Captain Jack.
Justice has been served. Jack Sparrow victorious in this matchup here tonight. I feel like the Black Pearl crew's got to be pretty satisfied with how this one went down.
That has got to feel good if you are Jack Sparrow after what went down, put on the shelf after the attack back at Mortal Kombat. Victorious in tonight's Miracle on 34th Street fight. But up next, it's that fatal four-way Iron Woman match for the Women's Hardcore Championship.
The following contest is a fatal four-way Falls Count Anywhere match and is for the Women's Hardcore Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing the Dangerous Alliance from Moscow, Russia, the Spider Black.
So this is your first time tuning in to Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment. As you heard us allude to earlier tonight, this matchup going to be very similar to a Gotham Rule style matchup. You don't know what that is, so basically what's going to happen is we're going to have 15 minutes on the clock at the time the bell sounds. There will be pinfall submissions anywhere, as you heard there, falls count anywhere, inside or outside of the ring. The woman with the most points at the end of those 15 minutes will be declared the winner. However, Woody made it very clear earlier on tonight, if there is a tie for most points, the tie goes to the champion retaining.
Introducing the challenger, representing Havoc from New York, the Psycho Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn was the one who invented that Gotham Rules match type, so kind of appropriate that she's taking part in this one. The only difference between that, the original Gotham Rules match, and this matchup here tonight is that we're going to have 4 women in the ring instead of 2. And of course, that'll add an extra dimension to the match. As you'll see, these competitors are going to be running to try and break up pinfalls and submissions, whatever they can to keep the scoreboard in their favor.
All 4 women in this matchup took part earlier on tonight in that All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal. I'm being told that Harley Quinn spent the least amount of time in that matchup, Wonder Woman second least, and then Jessica Shelton spent the most, Black Widow the second most. Does that favor Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman maybe not expending quite as much energy earlier on tonight?
I would have to think it would, especially with what we're about to go through in this matchup. I mean, you want to be as fresh as you possibly can be. I mean, we're...
Introducing the challenger,
I'll let Mike Ruff finish his job here.
Wonder Woman.
We've already both expressed surprise at how these 4 participants were even in that battle royal to begin with at the start of the show tonight, but I guess they figure, like we said multiple times, I guess they figured maybe it was worth at least giving it a shot. And Wonder Woman actually did pretty well in that matchup too.
Got herself a late entry as well. Late entry draw, was in the final third of the field. Interesting point of note, all 4 women in this matchup, all former hardcore champions. Between the 4 of them, 6 times that belt has been exchanged.
Introducing the champion from Columbia, South Carolina, the Women's Hardcore Champion, Jessica Shelton.
Well, it's not a chestnut roasting on an open fire, but about a hot potato for that Women's Hardcore Championship, because you go back to Royal Brawl, Mortal Kombat rather. Harley Quinn ended up winning the title from Ariel. She defended it at Paramount. Jessica Shelton then won the title from Jess actually won the title from Harley at Paramount. 2 weeks later, Wonder Woman wins the title from Jessica Shelton inside of a steel cage, and then in a triple threat at Fallout, Jessica Shelton wins the title back. So nobody seems to be able to get a firm grasp and hold on to this title belt.
Nobody's really had time to really get comfortable with it. I mean, you talked about everything that happened at Paramount. Immediately after Jess won that title in the Gotham Rules match, that's when we saw the video of Wonder Woman where she declared herself basically as the #1 contender for that hardcore title.
These women are going to have their head on a swivel. Referee Ernest Wright is going to have to be ever vigilant, and we're going to have to keep an eye on everything taking place, since pinfall submissions can take place both inside and outside of the ring. You'll see up on the top right of your screen in just a moment the 15 minutes. Once that hits 0, whoever has the most pinfalls or submissions, if they stand alone with the most pinfalls or submissions, will be either the still or new Women's World Champion. If there is a tie, the tie goes to the champion, Jessica Shelton.
I'm almost wondering actually what the scenario would be if we have a tie between 2 of the challengers.
I believe it still goes to the champ. You have to stand alone as the winner. There cannot be a tie of any kind for the win.
In that case, that just makes it even more intricate.
It really does.
I don't want to say relax as he goes into a pinfall right here. But she definitely has that ease of mind, if you will, that if if there's any tie of any sort, it would be broken in her favor, even if she's not involved in that tie.
You know, it's interesting if we kind of go back to the previous Gotham Rules matches that we've seen. Two of them, when we saw Harley Quinn take on Ariel, and in the battle at Paramount between Harley Quinn and Jessica Shelton, there was really no contest. It was a runaway. But there was that one matchup between Harley Quinn and Jessica Shelton where it was only a 2-0 victory, where Harley Quinn at that time retained the title. You mentioned it. In this type of a matchup, you are wanting to play offense and defense. You do not want any of your other three competitors getting a pinfall or a submission here. With that being said, I feel like this is going to more than likely be a very low-scoring affair. You're going to be lucky if you can get one pinfall, maybe let alone two.
I think the falls count anywhere stipulation, though, will help these competitors out, because, I mean, if two competitors are by themselves, maybe near the entrance ramp or something crazy like that, for example, you can go for a pinfall or submission there, and it would count. And if you're too far away from your opponents to be able to break that up, then that's only going to help you out.
Big powerbomb from Harley Quinn. Here's the cover, and you see Black Widow immediately get in there to break that up, not allowing Harley to go up one pinfall.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty low scoring, because you're going to be seeing, you know, assuming nothing crazy like I just mentioned, none of those crazy scenarios do end up happening. You're going to be seeing a lot of people running around to break the pinfalls and submissions up like that. Black Widow's down, though, in the corner. And he tried to use a steel chair. It did not work out.
Fatal four-way rules, hardcore rules as well. Double right hand there from Harley Quinn and Wonder Woman, and then Wonder Woman just shoves Harley down to the mat. I mentioned 6 hardcore championships between these 4 women. Harley Quinn. Oh! Whoa, big moonsault. I think she caught both Jessica Shelton and Black Widow.
She took out everybody with that moonsault. That was insane.
Superman punch from Black Widow. Here's the cover. And it's going to be Wonder Woman breaking that up. But Harley Quinn ended up winning her only reign with the Hardcore Championship from Ariel. Black Widow, her only title reign, she actually won it from Elizabeth Swann. And then for Wonder Woman, of course, won it most recently from Jessica Shelton, also formerly won the title from Ariel. Jessica Shelton, of course, we've seen her in the last couple of months win the title from Harley Quinn at Paramount, and now most recently from Wonder Woman back at Fallout. Monkey flip arm drag there from Harley Quinn. All 4 women inside of the ring. And that's going to make things even more difficult with everybody in close proximity of being able to get a pinfall or submission here. As Wonder Woman with a gorilla slam on Black Widow. Atomic drop. Looks like maybe going for another one there. Trying to wrench the tailbone of Jessica Shelton. Wonder Woman still with that strength. Bench presses Black Widow above her head. Here's a cover by Harley. And Wonder Woman will break that up. More than 4 minutes off the clock. Nearing 10 minutes remaining. Black Widow submission locked in. If Wonder Woman taps, Black Widow's going to go up 1 on the rest of the competition. Nobody there to break it up. And look at the strength of Wonder Woman as she fights out of it into the side slam. Far side, Harley Quinn had a kendo stick. Jessica Shelton knocks that out of her hands. Inside of the ring, I believe that might have been the Amazon Slam. Not sure exactly if that was or not. Black Widow may have bounced off that steel chair, and now Jessica Shelton going to dispose of Wonder Woman. Oh, look out. Big spike down to the floor. Harley Quinn's used this a lot in Gotham Rules matches, and Jessica Shelton was there to break that up.
Look at how quickly Jess got over there to break that one up. I mean, we're 5 minutes down in this matchup. We still have not had a single successful pinfall or submission. So, to your point, it's going to be low scoring. See Ernest Wright going in and out of the ring. He's got to pay as much attention as he possibly can, as there's a nice move by Harley Quinn, and again, quickly broken up. Just when you think it feels like somebody's going to get away with one.
Well, look at this. Big knee there from Black Widow, and now Wonder Woman notices it. That might be what you got to do, though, right? If the opportunity arises, try and sneak a pinfall or submission. That might be how you're gonna end up getting one up on everybody else.
I don't think you're wrong there, because you're seeing all these pinfalls or submissions broken up, but eventually you never know when one's gonna work. You never know when something's gonna happen and your other two competitors aren't gonna see it. You at least have to give it a try.
Wonder Woman and Black Widow deposited back inside the ring, of course, as well. Don't forget the animosity that's between these women here. That's kind of why Jessica Shelton requested this matchup. We ended up seeing as a big powerbomb there by Wonder Woman. Hold on. The other two are occupied on the outside, and Black Widow kicks out at 2. That could have easily been a 1-up for Wonder Woman right there. But we ended up seeing Black Widow attacked Wonder Woman with a chair. We saw Jessica Shelton get attacked pre- and post-match in her title defense against Wonder Woman a week ago. And then we ended up seeing Jessica Shelton, Wonder Woman team up against Harley Quinn and Black Widow in tag team action to end off that night.
These four have really been fighting as hard as they can for a lot of different title opportunities. Just everybody except Jess is going to go into the ring. Jess is going to bring another kendo stick into the party.
Big powerbomb from Wonder Woman. Now Jessica Shelton with the kendo stick. Oh, look at this. Into Gotham's Gate. Gotham's Gate submission. Jess trying to fight out of it. The arms are not locked.
I think she just barely did manage to work her way out of it. And now
Wonder Woman might have been going for a power bomb of her own there, and Black Widow was able to block it. Oh, look at this, trying to slide through.
Again, Black Widow works her way out of it. Now going to focus on Harley Quinn. That might be the right move.
Flatliner.
Completely dazed.
I don't know where Jess is, but this could be. Oh, kick out too. Oh, that was the perfect scenario for Black Widow.
It was absolutely perfect, and she still couldn't keep her down for the 3 count. And now the submission locked in.
Middle of the ring. If Wonder Woman taps out, that's going to be a point for Jess, and she does.
Jessica Shelton finally gets the long-awaited first pinfall.
That's huge if you're the champ.
Absolutely massive, because now everyone else needs at least 2. There's only under 7 minutes left in this thing.
Our counter should have updated there with a point for Jess. Not sure why it hasn't. Guillotines Harley Quinn on the top ropes. I guess we'll just have to make a mental note of the fact that Jess is up 1-0 on the other 3. Oh, look at this. Disposes of Wonder Woman over the top, trying to go up 2-0. Oh, holy last minute. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. With over 6 minutes left, now if you're Black Widow, Wonder Woman, or Harley Quinn, you can't win on just one pinfall. Oh my gosh, what the heck?
I don't know how Jess just did that.
I don't either.
I didn't know that people could stand on the top rope like that.
But, well, I mean, have you ever seen The Undertaker or Damian Priest?
That's true, yeah. But they usually just walk on the top rope.
Oh, that's true, too.
On it. Oh, huge kick.
Bulldog there, the champion running on all cylinders. But going back to what I was going to say, if you're any one of the challengers, you cannot win the title on one pinfall now. You're going to need 2 for the title to change hands. Oh, no, maybe again. Wonder Woman's already tapped out to this once.
This is perfect for Jessica.
Where's Harley Quinn?
Tapping again.
Harley was too distracted with Black Widow. It's like our counter's 1 fall behind. Going for another one, another pinfall here. If she gets this, I think it's over.
Yeah, it's done. I mean, there are 5 minutes on the clock, sure, but like, come on. Someone else is going to have to get 3 or 4.
No, they need 4, yeah. Our counter is off. Jess actually has 3 points right now. And going for 4. Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness.
I love how we were talking this up. Oh my. I love how we were talking this up, how this was going to be low scoring. It was going to be very difficult to get pinfall submissions, and Jess just got 3 in about the last minute and a half.
Could be looking for a 4th here in a moment, which would be a total of 5.
There's the octopus lock, to your point. Twist of hate on the outside there by Harley Quinn to Wonder Woman, and she'll break this one up at least.
I mean, anything's possible within the final 4.5 minutes of this matchup, but it's really going to be difficult. Here goes Harley into the cover on Jess.
Looking to get at least a point here, and Jess gonna deny with a kick out at 2. Look out! Oh! Suicide
if
dive
you're
that I
Harley.
don't think hit.
Nope, she did not connect with anything. She fell right to the floor ringside.
Wonder Woman with Harley hoisted up. Delivers her face first onto the apron. Here's the cover. Oh, look at that. Black Widow was going to go break it up. Just didn't allow it. But that gave enough time for Harley Quinn to kick out.
That is incredibly smart awareness by Jess right there. Realizing what was going on. Did not allow anyone to try to break up the pin.
Oh! Wonder Woman back of her head just landed on that chair after the clothesline. Side Russian leg sweep on the outside by Harley Quinn.
Big clothesline, though, by Wonder Woman, trying to fight back, but I feel like if you're Jessica, she's completely fine with all of this. It's just delaying the inevitable.
Again, our scoring is off. It says 3 for Jess, nothing for everybody else. It should say 4, but even if it doesn't say 4, right now Jess may have this out of reach. There's the DDT by Harley Quinn, trying to get a point here with 3 minutes remaining, and again another kick out at 2.
I think it took Ernest Wright a little bit of extra time to work his way through the sea of humanity, trying to count that one. So
the incredible thing for me in that, though, is we remarked back to that close matchup between Jess and Harley in that Gotham Rules matchup where Harley won 2-0. The 2 pinfalls she got in that matchup was that DDT on the outside.
that's a fantastic point. It probably would have worked there, but again, I feel like it just took Ernest Wright a little bit too long to try to count that one. And that's sort of the added challenge, if you will, in a 4-person match like this, because typically there's only 2 women in the matchup, so it's a little bit tricky or it's a little bit easier for the referee to count
into a
pins and
disarmer.
submissions. I don't know what's going on here.
Transitioned into a disarmer there. I thought she was going for a guillotine at first. Rose plant by Harley Quinn, and now goes for the cover on Jess, and both
Broken
Wonder
up.
Woman and Black Widow gonna get in on breaking that up. I mean, look at this, 2 minutes remaining. All 3 challengers still with a goose egg.
Kind of one of those matchups that shows why the champion is the champion.
And again, remember, this was by request of Jessica Shelton.
She requested this matchup, and she's the only one that's gotten successful pinfalls and submissions in it. I feel like there's been more than a few scenarios within this matchup where there probably should have been a pinfall or submission for the challengers, as Jess is going for another one here. Broken up, though, but
I also feel like there were a couple of scenarios where Jess did get the pinfalls and submissions where somebody should have had the wherewithal to break it up.
yeah, that's very true. So might be a bit of a skewed scoreboard in that sense, but nevertheless, I mean, 4 pinfalls and submissions are 4 pinfalls and submissions. So.
There's Twist of Hate on the outside by Harley Quinn. Trying to at least get something on the scoreboard with less than a minute remaining. She will get a point, but she's got to get 4 more here in the last 50 seconds. That's unlikely. Black Widow tried to get on the board there, and Harley broke it up.
At this point, I mean, it's all just for pride. I don't think anyone's really going to be able to make much of a dent on that scoreboard. Black Widow trying to, but it's very quickly broken. Sorry, that was Wonder Woman trying to, but Black Widow's the one who broke it up.
30 seconds remaining. It's pretty much a done deal. It was almost a done deal with about 5 minutes left in this matchup. Jessica Shelton going to be walking out. Still the women's hardcore champion as Harley Quinn. One last-ditch effort with the DDT on the floor. Trying to maybe pick up at least 2 pinfalls, and not going to happen. Wonder Woman with the breakup. And again, Harley off of that LED post.
I mean, these last few seconds are just dealing out whatever punishment you can, but there is the final bell, and Jessica Shelton retains the title.
Here is your winner, and still women's hardcore champion, Jessica Shelton.
Well, the Holly Jolly Brawly goes to Jessica Shelton. The odds were not in favor of the champion, but they looked more and more favorable with each pinfall and submission she got. 4 pinfalls for Jess, 1 for Harley Quinn. Wonder Woman and Black Widow with none in this fatal four-way matchup.
Absolute domination by the
Here we
champion. 30-man battle royal coming up next.
Introducing the participants. First, representing the Geeks from parts unknown, weighing in at 156 pounds.
Well, here we go. It's the All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal for the men. We've already run the women's side, and we already know a match that will be on the Saturday night at Springfield card coming up on January 3rd of the new year. Cruella DeVille, the winner of the matchup, calling her shot, wants Poison Ivy for the Women's World Championship of the Galaxy.
Hope you guys have been enjoying your Christmas so far here. We're having a fun night here on FWE, wrapping up our last show of the new year. Now we're going to get to determine the winner of the men's Royal Rumble, the All I Want for Christmas Royal Rumble. So same exact deal applies here. Anyone who wins this matchup basically gets whatever they want for Christmas, other than just being handed directly a title or being handed directly a power-up briefcase, anything like that. Oh, look at this.
Hold on! Hold the phone! Question is, which one is it?
They've all got the same music. I have no clue.
Look at the face of Eddie. He can't believe it.
Introducing the individual who drew number 2, representing the Geeks from parts unknown, weighing in at 228 pounds.
Well, we had scenarios in our women's All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal where teammates could work together. In this scenario, with Eddie drawing number 1 and Ed drawing number 2, that's out the window.
That's completely out the window. They're gonna go at it right from the get-go, and I mean, I'm pretty sure if there's any kind of temporary alliance, it's not gonna last very long. I mean, obviously, there might not be too much time before entrant number 3 comes into the ring. I think the only thing that could make it even crazier is if Double D is in at number 3.
I was just gonna say, what if Double D comes out at number 3? That'd be nuts.
We're gonna find out. Here we go. Again, just like the women's Royal Rumble matchup, both feet have to hit the floor ringside after the opponent goes over the top rope. So basically the exact same thing as a Royal Rumble. And I almost wonder, you know, we talked about before how Mulan, she has a really good reputation in the Royal Rumble match types. She's been able to get good entrance. Carlos Zimmerman is in the number 3, but she's been able to get good entry spots in the Royal Rumble matchups and end up coming close to winning both of them almost. I have to wonder, maybe Ernie's in this field.
Yeah, not sure. We'll have to see. Of course, we know that Ernie the Keebler Elf next year at Saturday Night Springfield, he's got a shot at Matt McIntyre for the United States Championship. As you mentioned, Carlos Zimmerman coming in at entry number 3. Last time we saw him, he was fighting at Paramount in that fatal 4-way for the Intercontinental Championship. As entry number 4 gonna be the Easter Bunny.
The wrong holiday.
Yeah.
But I guess he doesn't mind. Went for a kick there, and Eddie did not flinch. Saw for a moment, too, while Carlos was in the ring, Eddie and Carlos were working together, so bit of a shocking surprise that the two members of the same faction wouldn't work together.
Smart from Carlos, just kind of watching this go down. Now he'll get a clothesline from behind on the Easter Bunny, and there goes Eddie, just like that.
Didn't even last through the first 4. Now here comes number 5. Oh, Carlos on the receiving end of that Hurricane Rana. Look at the size of
Hercules
these two
looking to
competitors.
dispose of the Easter Bunny in a very short showing for him.
Quick eliminations. It took a little while, if I remember correctly, in the women's side to get the first elimination, but here on the men's side, we've seen some quick ones.
Of course, Hercules, we saw him trying to help Aladdin out with his Hades problem. That didn't seem to really work out in his favor. And now here comes Double D.
Little bit late. He's here nonetheless.
And remind me never to have any of them do a scratch off for me because they are apparently very bad in drawing numbers.
All three of them before even entry number 7, so it would have to have been a battle of endurance for them if they're able to succeed in this match. Carlos, again, he's taking advantage of people who are distracted and hitting them with those clotheslines from behind. It's been very effective so far, but now he's caught by Hercules.
Entry number 7 is going to be Kyle Matthews. We saw him at Paramount when he fought Carson Gum for the Wayfinder Cruiser Champion, was unsuccessful in that.
That was at Fallout, I think.
No, you are correct. Number 2 entry, Ed, was up over the top. He gets back in. Hercules in trouble there. Would have to think, being a larger individual, it's even tougher to make sure your feet don't touch the floor when you're hanging up there skinning the cat.
I mean, you have the advantage, though, is that in the size. Oh, speaking of size, Hades in at number 8. We've seen Hades and Aladdin basically go into war over these last few weeks, and Hercules, one of his biggest rivals, both literally and figuratively.
No surprise that's who he went immediately for. Of course, still a lot of question marks about this alliance, it seems, between Hades and this individual that we now know as the Shadow Lord, but that's about all we know.
Oh, there he goes.
Very short showing there for Hades as here comes Shaggy Rogers. We saw the 2 female members of Mystery Incorporated did pretty well on the draws, both Velma and Daphne coming in the latter third of the Women's Battle Royal. Shaggy coming in here fairly early. We'll see what he's able to do. Former Tri-Wizard champion.
And Kyle have been going at it for the last minute or so. And one thing that I wanted to bring up with Kyle, too, is the fact that he became the #1 contender for the Cruiserweight title because he won a Thanksgiving triple threat tournament. He had to win 2 triple threats in one night. Well, there he goes over the top rope. So any point I was just about to make is gone. In at number 10. It's been a while since we've seen him in action, and I think somebody else just got eliminated too. That was Shaggy.
Yeah, Shaggy Rogers eliminated. Yeah, to your point, there's quite a number of individuals we haven't seen for a while. Shaggy being one, Dr. Facilier, Easter Bunny we hadn't seen for a long time. He didn't last very long in this Battle Royal, but you know, we always talk about that. You know, sometimes it can get a little bit congested in who's able to fight for the titles and everything. A lot of individuals kind of fade into the woodwork, and now they've got a shot here in this All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal to get right back into it, as here comes a former Cruiserweight champion, Harry Potter.
Harry Potter he's a formidable competitor, but I think he's got a little bit of a mean streak as of late that we saw when he was feuding with Carson for the Cruiserweight title. I mean, he forced Carson basically to go through that goblet of fire fight against Dumbledore, Hagrid, and Harry himself before earning that #1 contendership spot at Paramount. And of course, Harry also attacked Carson before their match on the show before Paramount.
Leader of the Order of the Phoenix. You
Here we go.
Oh, all right. You can't have a Christmas-themed FWE episode without jolly old Saint Nick himself. Well, I don't know if he's necessarily jolly, but he's old and he's a saint, and his name is Nick.
Out of it. See how jolly Santa's feeling after this episode, if he's able to emerge victorious here in this Battle Royal.
I think Harry's on the naughty list.
I think they're all on the naughty list, let's be honest.
There goes Double D. And here comes a former United States champion. Our statisticians don't have it ready for me, but I believe that Gaston is still at this point in time the longest reigning United States champion. However, Matt McIntyre, he's kind of closing in on that
number.
number.
Look at Carlos. Carlos was stuck on the bottom rope for a moment there.
Hercules nearly eliminated, and now Gaston going after Santa Claus. Uh-oh, Carlos
Oh, look at
up
the
and
strength.
down.
I think that going back to the point you were making, though, you were talking about Matt McIntyre, I think, on the U.S. title for.
Yeah, he's got to be closing in on Gaston's record of number of days holding that title belt.
It's got to be pretty close at this point. Not a whole lot of title changes have gone on with that U.S. title. Anakin Skywalker, the next entrant.
Yeah, to your point, I believe only 3 men have held the United States Championship. Nick Gunther, Gaston, and now Matt McIntyre.
And Nick Gunther held it before. It was a weekly
wow.
episodic series. Short stay for Anakin.
Yeah.
I guess he was never on call for the Star Wars series. So.
He definitely doesn't have the high ground right now. Peter Pan coming in here halfway through our field.
Peter Pan, we've seen him as well be active in the Cruiserweight title picture. Hasn't had a #1 contender opportunity, but has had multiple opportunities to be the #1 contender. Just hasn't won any of them yet.
Carlos was in trouble there up on that top turnbuckle. Gaston trying to eliminate him. Carlos fights back in. Entry number 16 as we enter into the second half of our field here. Oh, Gaston, a big shot to the midsection. A couple
There's the
more
trouble.
there
There
to
he goes.
Santa. Nick Gunther kind of coming in here at entry number 16. Former Disney Tag Team Champion.
Nobody's going to forget the big feud that Nick Gunther had with his former tag team partner, RJ Bishop. I feel like Nick has been on a pretty good streak as of late. Doesn't have any titles yet since he lost that U.S. title, but since before FWE was a weekly show. But I think about that quite a lot because the reason that breakup happened and RJ Bishop went to the burger side, if you will, is because Nick said that, or RJ said that Nick was the weak link of that team. And really, since then, Nick has kind of been performing well in his matchups.
Yeah, he really has. And as we mentioned, we were talking about the United States Championship. Oh, look at this. He goes right after Gaston. That's an old rivalry rekindled there. Nick Gunther was the very first U.S. champ. Gaston took the title from him as Ed has been eliminated. Came in at entry number 2. Santa's in trouble. I don't know if Gaston really wants to have Cole in his stocking for the rest of his life.
Here's another name we haven't seen in a hot minute. Levi McIntyre going to come in at number 17.
War Machine entering into this matchup. And, you know, I go back to, you know, when we had Mulan win the Royal Rumble, Ernie the Keebler Elf win the Royal Rumble. We talked about it just takes one matchup. The same deal applies here tonight. Just takes the one matchup, the one victory, that one Christmas wish, and it can change the entire trajectory of your FWE career.
Absolutely. Oh, Levi dropped by Hercules into the ring mat. That was a brutal landing, but he quickly got back up to his feet, now looking to get a little bit of revenge.
Hercules in trouble, but
Santa
no,
got him.
Santa suplex into the lariat clothesline.
He's able to recover. Here comes Obi-Wan Kenobi at 18.
See if he does any better than his tag team partner of the Republic, Anakin Skywalker, as there goes Levi McIntyre eliminated by Hercules. And look at Santa, look at the strength of Santa Claus as there goes Hercules.
There was no struggle there whatsoever. He just threw him over the top rope.
I just thought of something. If Santa Claus wins this, what do you think his Christmas wish would be?
A good question. I don't know.
A very
what he
long
would...
vacation or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
probably. I mean, after today, I mean, he's already done all that gift delivering for the night.
Oh!
There goes Nick of the top rope.
Boy, Santa Claus is on a roll right now. Neck breaker to Carlos Zimmerman.
Obi-Wan and Peter Pan staring each other down for a moment.
Stunner!
Oh!
The Santa Stunner to Obi-Wan.
And the kick from
And there goes Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Santa's on a roll.
Yeah, he is.
Sam Wilson coming in at number 19. I'd have to imagine if this guy wins this matchup, he's going to ask for a shot at the U.S. title. It feels like the most fitting title for this man right now.
Definitely does. I mean, we've never had a multi-time holder of that title belt. Only 3 men have held the United States Championship. That's less individuals than have held the Tri-Wizard title, which is crazy to think with that being a mid-card belt.
I mean, we talked about how Dylan Young has held that title 3 different times. There's a list of other champions that have held the title, haven't held on to it very long. Here comes Michael Norman at 20. This is interesting.
Yeah, this is interesting because Michael Norman seems to be more in the habit of making demands from administration rather than earning an opportunity. If he gets a Christmas wish here tonight, things could be very interesting. Michael, as there's an elimination there by...
That's another one for Santa.
Was that Santa again? Oh my goodness.
I think so. That was Peter Pan.
Going back there with Michael Norman. Michael hit his reign as the Intercontinental Champion. Oh, there goes Santa. Great showing. Oh, hold on!
The rivalry is never dead.
If you're wondering why we had that reaction, it goes all the way back to Infinity War Games. It leads up to Paramount. The family looked like the formidable group in this company, and that's going to be elimination for Carlos, and Carlos is gone too, so Anthony doesn't even get a chance at revenge against Michael.
Well, that makes it very interesting as well, because those two were kind of going at it for a good amount of time in this matchup, and they both find themselves eliminated at basically the same time. Thor going to come in at 22.
Get closer towards the end of this, drawing near that 30th entrant. The advantage seems to get greater and greater for these late entries. How about Thor there? I mean, what in the world would he ask for? As there goes Anthony eliminated. Sam Wilson actually also eliminated somebody else on the far side there.
And we got a bit of Avenger on Avenger Prime. I think it's a bear hug submission by Thor. It's not going to win the matchup, but it's going to wear Sam Wilson down. Kronk at 23.
Kronk, a former men's Disney Tag Team Champion. I was going to bring up the case here with Thor. We talked about this back during the women's All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal. You know, Thor could certainly go for a singles title. He could maybe request a tag team title match for him and his partner Hulk, but Hulk right now is kind of busy with the Tri-Wizard Championship as he'll be defending against you at Saturday Night at Springfield. So
no, give him a tag team title match. Let him get distracted.
Also, we do have to bear this in mind as well and let everybody know. We had earlier on tonight, right after she won, Cruella de Vil declared for the Women's World Championship. Whoever ends up winning this Battle Royal, they don't have to request the Christmas wish here tonight.
Very true. They can keep us in suspense. Shrek is another name we have not seen in a while.
Correct.
He's got size, he's got strength as well, so he could be a pretty formidable competitor, especially when he got this good of a draw.
If I remember correctly, he had actually a really good showing in the Royal Rumble as well.
I'd have to double check my notes on that one.
Trying to eliminate Thor over there on the far side as here comes RJ Bishop. The new RJ Bishop, if you will. We saw him make his return to FWE back at Paramount as he was involved in that fatal four-way for the Intercontinental Championship, and there goes Sam Wilson eliminated by Kronk.
Well documented the rivalry that RJ has had with Nick Gunther.
I would have loved to have seen the two of them in the ring at the same time. I'm not going to lie. That would have been an interesting exchange.
What would have made it even more interesting, too, is the fact that back at Royal Brawl, those two started the men's Royal Rumble match at 1 and 2.
Great point.
Aladdin into the ring at 26. I feel like if he wins this matchup, he might ask for another one-on-one with Hades, although I'm not sure
I think he'll ask for Hades to get fired.
Maybe.
It's gotten to that point now. See him still sporting that neck brace after multiple tombstone pile drivers courtesy of Hades. Aladdin's been on a bit of a losing streak as of late as well. We ended up seeing him lose to Hades. He lost in a 2-on-1 handicap match when he teamed with Hercules against Hades, and then he lost last week to the Shadow Lord.
Incredible coming in at number 27. Another superhero with size going to add to this matchup. Again, another very favorable entry at number 27.
Yeah, I mean, look at some of the individuals we've gotten here. You've got Aladdin, you've got Kronk, you've got Mr. Incredible, you've got Shrek. individuals that we've seen, some of them in the tag team division, but none of them have really ever been in the middle of a singles title opportunity.
Well, it would mean a lot to them if they're able to win the matchup tonight, because that can give them that singles title opportunity maybe that they could have been hoping for.
Well, his teammate out of the Rockers was eliminated earlier, Anthony McCrory, but Cole Eastwood with a favorable draw here at entry number 28.
Oh, taken down.
Springboard Bulldog by Aladdin. And now, oh, right on that neck, gets hit with the code breaker by RJ Bishop.
Eastwood's already in trouble.
A lot of neck breakers going on in that ring right now.
Yeah, I feel like Aladdin. I don't know if he felt that it was the smartest decision getting involved in this one.
Oh, how about this? A big man in at entry number 29, a fresh demigod in Maui.
A lot of size in this matchup late.
There
can
is.
mean a lot in a battle royal match style like this too, because you have to lift those people up. There goes Thor. I mean, you have to
Eliminated by
lift
Maui.
these big men up over the top rope to get them eliminated. So having size in a matchup like this really helps.
Checking to see here, it looks like we've got 7 individuals in the ring, so we will get that 30th and final entry here. The timer is continuing. And when that 30th entrant gets into the ring, we are going to know that it'll be one of those people in between those ropes that are going to get that Christmas wish. Aladdin may not be one of them as he's gone.
Now, if his Christmas wish wasn't to get fired, I feel like, or wasn't for Hades to get fired, excuse me, I feel like it would have been that his neck gets healed automatically, but now he'll have
A
some
couple
time
weeks
to
of
go rest
physical
it.
therapy. Drek over the top, Kronk, oh, that would have been a big
Oh.
elimination for him. Cole Eastwood dangling again, I think that's the 3rd time he's been over the top rope.
He's been living dangerously in this matchup, but now, again, in trouble. Shrek is gone.
Who got that 30th entry? Who's coming in the freshest? Oh, it's a former Tri-Wizard champion in King Candy.
This goes kind of back to the point we were talking about earlier, how there have been a lot of Tri-Wizard champions that have only held that title for about a week. King Candy was one of them.
Yep, King Candy, Shaggy. So we've got 6 individuals here. Only one can get that Christmas wish. We got RJ Bishop, Maui, Cole Eastwood, Kronk, King Candy, and Mr. Incredible. Shrek got eliminated at some point. I didn't even see that.
That might have been the cheeseburger slider from RJ. I don't remember what he calls his kick move.
That is the cheeseburger slider. You're correct there. Is now King Candy trying to eliminate RJ Bishop. There goes Mr. Incredible. I thought he was going to get thrown over the top, but instead springboards off into this power slam from Kronk.
Now able to win that exchange between himself and Kronk, and now has Mr. Incredible up and down.
Kind of feel like right now, kind of surveying the field and who came in at what entry, you got to maybe look at Maui as a favorite. Big, strong individual came in at entry number 29.
Mr. Incredible's not that far off, though. He came in at 27. He's still got some of that size. Maybe not as much as Maui, but he's still formidable nonetheless. Oh, look at the power.
Gracious.
I guess maybe he can hold up in the strength department compared to Maui.
Well, I mean, he bench pressed a train car, so.
That's true.
Cole
Looking at
Eastwood in
Demigod
trouble.
not that farther up on the ladder.
Cole's been able to avert disaster numerous times. Can he do it again? Hanging on to that bottom rope.
Gotta hang on for dear life. Oh, he just barely fights out of it.
Stays back in. Oh, nice Hurricane Rana reversal there by RJ Bishop to King Candy. Backstabber from Cole Eastwood to Mr. Incredible. Again, nobody else coming out. This is it. These are the 6 individuals fighting for that Christmas wish here tonight.
Cole Eastwood has been flying around in this match type. Look at another reversal.
Oh, look at this. Blade cutter. There goes Kronk. Almost into our laps here, courtesy of RJ Bishop.
That's an interesting elimination, too, because RJ was the one that openly challenged Kronk to a match back at Infinity War Games.
That's true.
That's what led to a title opportunity for Vicious and Delicious. They were not successful in that opportunity, but the fact that RJ was willing to have that match with Paul, because Cole Eastwood just eliminated Mr. Incredible.
Oh!
Oh,
Low blow!
whoa.
Low blow, perfectly legal in this type of a matchup by King Candy. And Cole Eastwood is eliminated.
Has been eliminated.
Completely take advantage of that.
There's no way RJ is going to be able to eliminate Maui by himself.
He's going to have to work together with King Candy. They're going to have to get lucky, I think, somehow almost, if you will. Maybe convince King Candy to, or not King Candy, convince Maui to run at them while they're stuck on the ropes. Maybe use his own momentum against him.
Maui came in at entry 29, King Candy at 30. RJ has been in the longest of these three individuals. The odds are not in his favor. Now King Candy trying to eliminate Maui by himself. I feel like, and I don't think it's going to happen, but I feel like King Candy and RJ are going to have to form some kind of an alliance to be able to lift the heft of Maui up over that top rope.
They're certainly going to try their best, but Maui clearly in the best shape here in this matchup. RJ, I think, a little too far away for that move to be successful.
Double arm suplex by Maui, and now feeds him right to RJ. Oh, look at this now.
Oh!
Into a driver.
Well, RJ's got a hold of Maui.
Whoa, float up DDT.
That'll certainly help their cause in this matchup, and now King Candy looking to deal out a little bit more punishment.
Wrenches the arm there. To your point, it takes Maui out of the conversation for the moment, but it's tough enough trying to lift somebody up over the top rope when they're on their feet. You're going to have to probably pick them up from a dead weight as oh, hold the phone.
Look
King
out.
Candy in trouble, and he stays in it.
I feel like that could have been one of those scenarios, though. Again, if you use Maui's own speed against him, he can use a lot of that momentum trying to eliminate somebody, but if he ends up getting thrown over the top rope while trying to do that, it could cost him.
That's a fantastic point as King Candy was thrown over the top, and he's gone. We're down to two. Maui and RJ. Maui up over the top. Can RJ do it?
RJ thinking about what he wants to do here. Oh, he's
I
going to
don't-
let him back into the ring
Yeah,
for
I'm
now.
not sure why he didn't try and spear him off that apron. And it might cost him. Cruella
Looks
DeVille
like
won
that got to
the
his feet.
Women's All I Want for Christmas Battle Royal earlier on tonight. Jack Sparrow got some vindication against Dylan Young in the Miracle in 34th Street fight. Jessica Shelton clobbered the rest of the field in the Holly Jolly Brawly, retaining the hardcore title, and now it's going to be Maui or RJ Bishop that are going to get a Christmas wish from Woody, as look at the big Samoan drop from Maui.
Reminder too, this is being our final show of 2025. Our next show will be Saturday night at Springfield on January 3rd, 2026.
Man, I cannot wait. We already know the Tri-Wizard Championship, the United States Championship, now the Women's World Championship of the Galaxy, all going to be on the line in that first show of the new year. Looking towards our next PLE when we join our friends at YEW, where the doors will be wide open on both ends, belly to belly, for YEW and FWE at Resistance, as Maui, maybe just moments away from that Christmas wish, missed the crossbody.
RJ able to regain the momentum. Look at these two. They're going to stare each other down,
Oh,
knowing that they're the
gosh.
final two.
RJ gonna take the big man down with the float over DDT.
Attacking that arm, limiting Maui's ability to lift him up.
I feel what you talked about, using Maui's momentum against him. That's what RJ's gonna have to do now. He's got nobody to help him to get the big man over the top rope. He's gonna need Maui himself to make the mistake and assist him. Here's a nice airplane spin head scissors. Normally you probably would go for a cover here, but there's no pinfalls or submissions in this type of a matchup.
Gotta get him over the top rope. Has them lined up.
RJ Bishop, super
There it is.
kick, and he does it! It's a Christmas miracle for RJ Bishop tonight!
Here is your winner, RJ Bishop.
Well, he's come back brand new and now has a Christmas wish in his hip pocket. The question will be, what will that Christmas wish be?
Find out in the coming weeks, but congratulations to RJ Bishop. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Thank you all for tuning in. We'll see you guys next year for Saturday nights at Springfield as we begin the year 2026 for Fantasy Wrestling Entertainment.